I'm Carly Shannon, and this is my audience. So how many of you guys like history, amusement parks, or shopping? Well, Williamsburg, Virginia has all three of those things and much more to offer. But starting in 1699, it was one of the most leading and influential colonies in America. And currently today, it is still very popular. A lot of people come to tour the three attractions that I'm going to name to you. I've lived here for 16 years, and everything that I'm going to talk about, I've personally visited, so I have a personal connection to them. I went for elementary school field trips or high school field trips, or just with my family in general. Williamsburg, Virginia is very important because it has a lot of history behind our nation, and everything that we have to offer is very family friendly. In this speech, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Colonial Williamsburg, which is a historic site, Busch Gardens, an amusement park, and a shopping center called Williamsburg Pottery. So first of all is Colonial Williamsburg, and it was founded in 1926 by Reverend Goodwin, and John D. Rockefeller Jr. Paid for over 80 of the original buildings, and I have a couple pictures here of the buildings. So like this is the Governor's Palace, and just a tavern, and this is what a lot of the buildings there look like. And then the last one is the Capitol. And Williamsburg was the capital of Virginia in the 18th century. William and Mary is the university that is right beside Colonial Williamsburg. So like I said, a lot of people go there to tour, like elementary schools or just families in general. And it's very beautiful. Busch Gardens is the next thing, and it is an amusement park that was opened in 1975, and it includes 6 different countries like Germany, Ireland, Scotland, and everything in that country is themed, like the music and the rides and the food. So there's also Sesame Street section, so it's very family friendly, and there's over 24 rides in the park, and everyone that lives in Williamsburg has a season pass to it. So it's a very popular attraction. Most people who actually come to Williamsburg go to Busch Gardens first, and then they go to Colonial Williamsburg. The third thing that we're going to talk about is Williamsburg Pottery, which is the shopping center, opened in 1938. And it used to be a big outlet shopping center, and everything was very affordable, and you could just kind of dig around and figure out and like find anything that you wanted to get. There were a lot of bargains. And it's now remodeled, and it's more modern, so it's more expensive. And I have a picture of the old and the new one. And also on the old one, a lot of buses from across the country would come just to get the bargains, and it was like a very influential part of Williamsburg, and what kind of boosted the economy. But even though it's not thriving as much anymore because the prices are more expensive, but I would still highly recommend going to it because it was an important part of Virginia and still is. So overall, I kind of gave you a brief history behind Colonial Williamsburg and kind of where it is today and why it was important to our country as a whole. And I talked about Busch Gardens, which was the amusement park, which is very popular here in Williamsburg. And then I talked a little bit about the Pottery, which was a shopping center where you could get a lot of bargains. And you can still get bargains there sometimes, but for the majority, it's pretty expensive. Overall, Williamsburg is a place where people come to dive into the 18th century culture in Colonial Williamsburg, or where they go to amusement parks like Busch Gardens, or where they go to shop. And Williamsburg just has a lot to offer in addition to all of that. And that's all I have. So thank you. And here's my audience again.